All that the black man needs is the presence of the living God in his life, in her life. And nothing becomes something. My dear brothers and sisters, it's difficult for you or for us to even conceive that God might be interested enough in us to come and see about us. Why would the scripture say God will come? Where has he been?
Teach high.
Since he's omnipresent, where he coming from? But the prophet Habakkuk said God came from Teman and the Holy One from Mount Paran. Said he was coming for his people. He's under the name the Son of Man. We know that all men are the son of some woman. But this is a son that the woman didn't make. You see, beloved sisters, you can produce the child and you can nurture that child and teach it all that you know to teach it. But only God can make a son for himself. You didn't hear me. He's a son of man. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad says he's the son of the original man. He's a man coming from a man. But he's coming to redeem that which was lost, to reconcile the lost brother again to God and to himself, to retrieve what was lost that was hopeless. He's going to bring it again and then make the enemy bow down. David said, touch not mine anointed and do my prophets no harm. Kiss the Son, lest he be angry with you and you tarry but a little while. A son of man coming. Where is he coming from? As lightning shineth from the east even unto the west, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. Why are you coming out of the east to the west? Because my people once lived in the east. And they were captured and brought out of the east and brought into the west. My Masonic family, there was a man named Hiram. Oh, Hiram was a master architect. But there were 15 thugs that wanted to do something to Hiram. But 12 of them decided, no, I don't think I'll get involved in this. But 3, Jubilo, and Jubilum, said, ho hum. And they hit him in his head. And they took him on a westerly course. And they buried him in the north country. Some say in the north corner, in a shallow grave. A sprig of cassius came up from the grave to say that there's life here, But who can raise him? They came and they tried, but their grip wasn't strong enough. But the third one that tried, he had the master grip. It was a lion's paw. And it pulled him up out of the grave. But he had been hit in his head. He was a master architect but couldn't remember what he once built. He was a builder of civilization. But since he got hit in the head, he couldn't build anymore. But when that master grip was applied and he stood him up, he began to recover himself. And inside him was the blueprint of the Temple of Solomon. Well, that's a sign of you. You come from the master architect of the universe. In your genetic coding, you just can't help yourself. You may be drunk, but you'll build something. You may be out of your mind, but you're trying to put something together. Halfway crazy, but you got something going. Imagine what would happen when you get your senses together. You see, when Jesus said the kingdom of heaven is within you, you're the architect. The kingdom is in you, but it's buried under the rubbish of this world's life. But when God resurrects you, pulls you up out of your grave, and starts cleaning you up from the rubbish of this world, then what is in you starts coming out. And the kingdom of God becomes a reality. It starts in your personal life. You get yourself together. You look at your wife and you say, baby, forgive me. I've been a fool. I'm sorry that I hit you. Because hitting you is like a man looking in the mirror and beating himself. People say, what's wrong with that fool? Your wife is a part of you. She's the second self of you. A man that beats his wife is beating himself. Not only beating himself, but he's beating his future. Because she produces his future. So the first thing he does, he comes to himself and he looks around and says, I've been such a fool. And then he sees the value of himself and the value of his wife, and he looks and he sees the value of his children. And as God becomes the master in his head, this is why it's called kingdom. D-O-M. Just put an E on the end of it. Kingdom. Who is the king? In your dome. See? But when God becomes the king in your dome, then God lives in you. Then the scriptures fulfill. Ye are all God's children of the Most High God.